Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen Alpha 3.6, talking about making money, Alpha UEC in the game. Whether you want to buy a new ship or get the best gear and equipment or just amass wealth, we've got some solutions for you. We will also talk about what to spend it on in brief and the black market locations, as I keep on getting asked where these are. Ship purchasing. So an awesome way of making money is actually buying a new ship in-game with Alpha UEC that you've made in-game. You can purchase almost any of the flyable ships or vehicles in-game now from one of the ship purchasing kiosks. These are at Teachers on Levski, Dalamar, Astro Armada, Area 18 Arc Corp, and New Deal Lorville Hurston. If you want to grind bounty missions more effectively, then maybe purchase an Anvil Arrow at 970,000 Alpha UEC or a 300i at 670,000. You can also get a Prospector for 2 million or a Cutlass Black for 1.4 or some of the larger haulers or whatever, and then use those to grind up credits much faster. But how do you get the Alpha UEC in the first place? Well, there are actually quite a lot of ways of making money in Alpha 3.6. The easiest way to start with, in my opinion, whether you've got a starter ship or a combat ship, well, as long as you've got something that can fight and dogfight effectively, is to do probably either bounty missions or the destroy skimmer and data probe missions. Even in your starter Mustang, you can chain a load of these together, and the more of them you do, the more access to more you will have and the more they'll pay out. You will have to complete an introductory mission, but once you've done that, I try to take as many bounties as I can in a particular area. Grimhex is probably the best place to be able to quickly do a large amount of bounties or skimmer missions. Also, being able to rearm, repair, and refuel is very easy by going to Grimhex because it's not in atmosphere. You can literally just fly there, bam, you're there, and then you can get out again. You can take multiple bounties and missions at once if you want as well, so bear that in mind. Just make sure you read the mission before you accept. They will give approximate locations. You do want to avoid traveling as much as possible, and if you're stacking missions, get them as many as you can in the same area. I avoid the personal and illegal assassination missions when I'm not around Grimhex, as they can net you fines. However, that isn't an issue around Grimhex, which is dampened from criminal detection. I would feel guilty not warning you, though, that Grimhex currently is one of the more laggy and performance sort of like problemed areas in the game currently, so just bear that in mind. You can, as I said, take multiple missions at once. Destroying the skimmer missions, for example, I've taken 3 of them at once and just flown around Grimhex doing those missions in succession, blowing them up quickly, and then quantum traveling to the next location. You can easily make 100 to 200,000 Alpha UEC an hour from bounty missions or from stacking skimmer missions or whatever, once you get efficient and understand what you're doing with that. This makes most of the ships very viable for players to buy and enjoy during a patch cycle now in-game, but generally stack missions where sensible. That's sort of like my advice there. Mining is a great earner too. If you've got a prospector, minables are clustered together now. It makes it very easy to mine them, and you can get lots and lots of mining nom loot very quickly. Also, with mining in space around Yellow Asteroid Field, once you found some minables, because they're clustered together, it's sometimes very, very quick and easy to just clear that area out of all the noms you can, all the minables you can, and then just go off and sell it and then come back, and rather than actually spending time really analysing what's in each of the asteroids. I mean, some are still trash, obviously, but a lot of them, it's so quick to mine them now. Bam, bam, just keep on making money, keep on just grinding that loop. Even on the ground now, since the quantum drives can much more ably be used closer to the surface of the planet, so you spend less downtime even if you're going planet side or moon side to mine these things, and you don't really have to search for pay dirt as much. I mean, as I said, some asteroids are still trash, but it's a lot of the time you'll still be making quite a bit of money just by mining almost everything you see. Once you have a reasonable amount of Alpha UEC, maybe 200k or so, if you've got a cargo ship like a Cutlass Black or larger, preferably one of the larger cargo ones, then cargo running is a great earner, though it's more risky than bounty hunting, as if your ship bugs out, explodes, gets destroyed, or the server crashes, and you can't recover, then you're going to lose your cargo, and this can be extremely costly. In fact, it's sort of like very often someone will make a huge amount of money, stack a Caterpillar full of the loot in a nice safe cargo run, but the server will go off or something and they'll lose all of their monies. So don't be that guy. Mass cargo smuggling isn't great in 3.6 either. One of the problems with buying and selling of narcotics is that you can't sell them in large quantities, though they can be high profit margin per unit. Legal trade is far more profitable and safer per hour, in my opinion. There's the new sort of law system as well, which they can have you having this cargo confiscated, or you getting criminal ratings and that sort of stuff. You can effectively run a lot of legal commodities within the same planetary area, so just around the Crusader area, for example, without too much trouble and without too much traveling now, and actually make a good amount of money. I think a lot of people start with quartz and stuff like that, and then discover more trade routes for themselves. Now, trade routes are going to vary vastly based on your ship, the amount of risk you want to take, how far you want to travel. I've linked a couple of the Star Citizen web-based trade apps down below. That's going to help you find the most profitable trade route for your particular situation and what you should be looking for. But anytime you're at a trade kiosk or whatever, just check the prices. That's my suggestion as well. Black market locations. So there are new locations, the scrapyards, that are supposed to be able to buy and sell some of the more prohibited or stolen goods in the game. On Hurston, there's the Reclamation and Disposal Orinth. There's on Waller, Sampson's and Sons Salvage Centre. That's some extreme alliteration there, even though, you know, there's a C there, but it sounds like an S. Brio's Breaker's Yard on Daymar as well. There's obviously all of the narcotics labs that we already had in-game, like Jumptown and the Orphanage around the verse as well. The locations are all discoverable via personal missions that will typically have you delivering a prohibited or stolen good from or to their delivery lockers there. However, like Jumptown, they don't have a marker unless you have a mission for them, so you either need to know where they are or have a mission. Thankfully, there are very often missions for them in the personal section of the mission manager under delivery. These appear with most missions when you are in the same planetary system as them. So if you're near Crusader or Hurston or ArcCorp or Grimhex, you'll have a mission for a nearby delivery mission. That's how missions are generated now. They go, well, you're near this one, so we offer it to you. So, for example, you could fly to Hurston's area and then look for a delivery mission in personal that references the Reclamation and Disposal Orinth. Bam, you know where it is, you can travel there. At these scrapyards, there is no way currently to sell stolen ships or individual ship and FPS weapons and items and that sort of stuff currently. At the moment, the only real reason to visit illegal locations, whether they be the narcotics labs or these salvage yards, is if you've got a mission or if you want to acquire some prohibited cargo and illegal goods. As I said earlier, these aren't what I would recommend for Alpha UEC grinding in Alpha 3.6 though. There are delivery missions that spawn from some of these locations though, to take a crate from one area to another, and lots of them typically spawn from like the Orinth or whatever, so you could go to one of those locations and just take all the delivery missions there, put all the boxes in your ship. I think I had 4 missions at once from the Disposal Orinth to deliver boxes around Crusader. One of the annoying things about these illegal locations is that you can't directly quantum jump to them, even when you know where they are. The quickest way of getting to them is quantum drive to a location, a destination, sort of like an outpost or an OM point or whatever that's nearby where they are, or goes over them. And if it goes over them, directly over them, power off your ship while you're quantum traveling to that other destination, and you should come out near that that point. It will take a few times for you to get good at powering off your systems so that you quantum drive to the right location if you haven't done it regularly before, but it's reasonably easy once you get used to it. Just a few little other tips as well. As weapons and equipment loadouts are persistent, when you reclaim your ship, basically you keep the changes. I recommend purchasing ship weapons and better systems for whatever ship you're using. Center Mass on ArcCorp Area 18 is where you can get most of the weapons, especially if you're running combat missions, and getting some FPS armor and some form of FPS weapon can save your life. Auto gimbals are still pretty damn overpowered and very noob friendly, so buying gimbal mounts and weapons is also recommended. When in your ship after it's flight ready, press R to toggle your gimbal mode. Just make sure that running all gimbal mounts if you want to do that. Please remember that Alpha UEC and Alpha UEC purchases are currently reset every major patch. Progression is not permanent at this stage. Also, ship rentals, a much cheaper way of trying and leveraging the money-making abilities of ships, are planned in a very near future 3.6.x patch. Do you have any other cunning ways of making money in 3.6 or trade routes that you want to share or tips to help? Then please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure other people would love to see them as well. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For July, it's for an 890 Jump, the mighty luxury ship. To be in for a chance of winning that, just be subscribed to my channel and comment on any of my videos this month. More details down below. This has been donated by My Radar. They make a real-world weather app, and this also has some of the astral bodies from Star Citizen in there too, giving some really interesting information. It's getting more updates and functionality, that app as well, and they're adding the planets into the game too. I'm also shilling for NordVPN. If you're looking for a VPN, check them out, as they offer many benefits over free services and allow you to more securely and more freely access the internet, as well as helping you be protected while you're playing online. If you're looking for a gaming PC or upgrade instead, consider Shadow as well, a cloud gaming service that allows you to stream a Windows 10 gaming PC environment from a data center directly to your phone, laptop, PC, or other device. It's great for Star Citizen as long as you have an appropriate internet connection. For both of those services, NordVPN or Shadow, please use the code BoredGamer for discount. If you would like to further support my channel and for more Star Citizen content, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member with that join button below my videos. All the links and all that sort of stuff down below. If you've got any feedback, if you'd like to talk about anything that we've talked today, if you've got any questions, whatever, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.